we were in Chinatown on Monday, and I was with her in this pram, and I heard someone next to me saying, "Oh, like, brave lady, I wouldn't fancy like pushing my kid around." And I kind of thought, oh, like, it's so interesting because I don't feel that way at all. It's just a matter of, I mean, we've just gotten used to it, I guess. 2, 3, up. Oh. Zach was telling me one of his colleagues wore one of these kind of air measurement devices for a week going around London, and what he saw at the end of the week was shocking, he said, in terms of pollution levels. And I do think, like, it's not the best, but what can you do? I mean, you can often see smog. There's a physical quality to it. But having said that, I think a lot of the times it's also quite invisible. I think wearing one of those devices can be very shocking because it's like 10 times higher than the recommended amount. You know, you can see all the cars, all the buses. Someone told me actually, like, this pram is very popular, but in one of the iterations it's lowered to the ground, and they said it's the kind of the same height where the exhausts are for the cars, and I thought, oh, that's not very good. But I mean, we don't tend to walk alongside the road that often. I think my husband just thought, when you have a child, it's good to have a car. We thought if we have a car, then we're more our own masters. I think the other thing was it'd be much more convenient to leave London on the weekends. Because we're Australian, I think we're just used to having more spaces. Zach really values having space. Me less so, but I mean, air quality there is much better. Just because there's less cars, less industry, less people. I mean, of course, like, it's lovely to have Burgess Park and we have Southwark Park, but we are still right in the middle of a big city. And so we really feel that kind of, you know, just with the traffic. I remember when we first moved in, it was like, it felt like there was an ambulance going past like every 2 minutes. It's obviously just a lot busier here and a lot more hectic. I mean, now she's not a newborn, but when all your organs are still developing, then obviously I think it matters that the environment that you're kind of taking into her physical development. Primarily that, because I mean, as I said, emotionally, I think she gets a lot from being outside. But if I knew that actually it was causing kind of long-term, irreversible damage, then I would definitely factor that into our decision making. I grew up in Hong Kong myself, so that was also extremely polluted. So in some ways, I guess I'm used to it, but I know that it could be different elsewhere. Often I think when you leave London, it's more that you feel then, oh, the air is so fresh here. So it's kind of like when you've left, that's when you notice. You just kind of feel it, don't you? I mean, like when you breathe in, it's like when you go for a walk in the park, you kind of feel physically better afterwards. I think you can kind of, you get a sense quite naturally, like without trying, that, oh, it's like, oh, the air's better here.